So, quick show of hands. Who here has ever picked up their phone at 2 in the morning to check one thing, and then suddenly it's dawn and you've absorbed every catastrophe on 3 continents?
Nobody's raising their hand, Alex. This is audio.
Fair, but you know what I mean. We're talking about doom scrolling today. That thing where you just keep swiping through bad news until your soul feels like a dish rag.
And apparently your brain does too. Turns out the amygdala, that's the part of your brain that processes threats, literally gets stuck in emergency mode even after you put the phone down.
Wait, stuck?
Yeah, your amygdala can't tell the difference between a news feed and an actual predator. So it's yelling fire drill nonstop, pumping out cortisol like you're being chased.
That's bleak. My brain thinks Twitter is a saber-toothed tiger.
Basically, and the cortisol doesn't just vanish when you close the app. It stays elevated, screwing with your mood, your sleep, your immune system. You're living in a prolonged stress state.
So every time I scroll, I'm just marinating in my own stress hormones.
Yep, and it gets worse. The reason you can't stop is dopamine. Each new post triggers a little hit, same reward pathway as gambling or drugs.
Okay, but come on. Are we really comparing Instagram to heroin here?
The brain scans say yes. Studies show social media addiction lights up the same areas as substance abuse. And there are actual lawsuits now trying to hold tech companies liable for designing their platforms to be addictive on purpose.
Wait, lawsuits? Like legal precedent for algorithmic addiction?
That's the goal. Law firms are arguing these companies engineered the dopamine loop deliberately, maximized engagement at the expense of user well-being. It's not an accident that you can't put your phone down.
Huh, I always assumed I was just weak-willed.
You're up against a machine learning model trained on billions of hours of human behavior. It knows what you'll click before you do.
Great, so my free will is a myth and my brain's a lab rat.
Pretty much. And the mental health fallout is no joke. We're talking irritability, anxiety, depression, panic attacks. One study even linked doom scrolling to existential anxiety.
Existential anxiety? That sounds heavy.
It is, not just normal stress. We're talking dread about the fundamental limitations of being human. Like capital D despair.
So I open TikTok to see a recipe and end up confronting the void.
Apparently, yeah, and it wrecks your cognition too. Brain fog, mental fatigue, trouble focusing. Your brain gets trained for short bursts of info and loses the ability to do deep work.
I've definitely felt that. Like I can't read a book anymore without checking my phone every 3 minutes.
Because you've rewired your attention span. And then there's sleep. People wake up, immediately grab their phone, and spike their cortisol before they're even out of bed.
Guilty.
Experts say don't even keep your phone on the nightstand, because the second you wake up and start scrolling, you're activating that stress response again.
Okay, but here's the thing. Don't we kind of need to stay informed? Like, the world is genuinely on fire in multiple ways. Isn't some of this just responsible citizenship?
Is it though?
What do you mean?
I mean, are you actually more informed, or do you just feel like you are? Because there's research suggesting people doom scroll to feel in control or connected to current events. But all it really does is spike anxiety.
But if I don't know what's happening, I feel worse. Like I'm burying my head in the sand.
Okay, but knowing every single update in real time, how does that help you? You can't do anything about most of it. You're just absorbing dread.
So what, ignorance is bliss? Just opt out and hope for the best?
No, I'm saying there's a difference between being informed and being addicted to the feeling of staying current. The Mental Health Foundation found that, yeah, people feel more informed when they consume news online, but they also feel more anxious and overwhelmed. So, which one wins?
I don't know, maybe both? Like, the information is real, even if it makes me miserable.
But is it information or is it just noise? You're getting the same story from 12 different angles, all designed to keep you scrolling. That's not education. That's engagement farming.
Okay, sure, but you can't tell me none of it matters.
I'm not saying none of it matters. I'm saying the amount you're consuming isn't proportional to how much you actually need to know. You're not a newsroom. You don't need a live feed.
So what's the alternative? Check once a week and call it good?
Maybe, or check once a day from 1 or 2 actual sources instead of 16 apps all saying the same thing with slightly different rage bait headlines.
I guess. It just feels like if I'm not constantly checking, I'll miss something huge.
That feeling, that's the algorithm talking. You've been trained to think you need it. But the huge stuff, you'll hear about it. Trust me, nobody lets a catastrophe go unmentioned.
I mean, is that really true, though? I've had friends miss major events because they weren't online that day.
And honestly, the whole I need to stay informed thing might just be cover for the fact that we're all hooked. People say they're scrolling to feel in control, but the research doesn't actually show that it gives you control. It gives you the illusion of control while your brain chemistry goes haywire.
So it's a lie we tell ourselves.
Kind of, yeah. You're not a better citizen because you watched 40 TikToks about the same news event. You're just more stressed.
God, this is depressing.
Welcome to doom scrolling. You came for the news, you stayed for the existential dread.
Okay, so real talk. What do we actually do about this? Because I'm not throwing my phone in a lake.
Set boundaries. No phone in the bedroom, no scrolling first thing in the morning. Pick one or two sources you actually trust and check them once a day, tops.
And if I fail?
Then you fail, but at least you know what's happening in your brain when you do it. Your amygdala's freaking out, your dopamine's spiking, and some algorithm in Menlo Park is getting exactly what it wants.
You paint such a rosy picture.
Hey, I didn't design the system. I'm just telling you how it works.
Well, on that cheerful note, Jordan, any final wisdom for our cortisol-soaked listeners?
Yeah, your brain thinks the news is a tiger. Don't let the tiger live in your pocket.
I'm putting that on a t-shirt. All right, that's it for today. Thanks for listening, and seriously, put the phone down.
After you finish this episode,
Right, after. See you next time.